talk about what you're going to be doing for essay 3, which is the research position paper. This is going to be our last and final essay. It's very exciting, and you'll have this last month to work on it. And this is your chance to take a really deep dive into the topic that you care about. Now, this could be the topic that you use for essay 1, or you could pick a different one. So we'll talk about it in a bit. So ultimately, the goal for you is to write a 1,500 to 1,700 word research-based argumentative essay based on a significant societal issue that matters to you. So you'll get to use one of the argumentation models that we've covered. So that could be traditional, Tolman, or Rogerian to structure your essay. And whichever one you use, make sure that it fits your topic and your voice. So now you have a few options here, and I've listed some. So like I said, you could choose what you explored in essay 1 if it still interests you, or you could pick something fresh or new from the list right here. So you can go into the impact of technology, racism, sexism, education, etc., so on and so forth. So one thing to note though, whatever you choose, make sure you narrow down your focus. So instead of something huge like technology, you can go for something a little bit more specific, like the impact of technology on the workforce. Or if you want to do something with art, you can combine art and AI. So the ethics of AI and art. So whichever one you choose, you want to make sure that you narrow it down. Otherwise, if you're tackling, say, just racism, that's a huge topic. Like, you can go anywhere with it, and it could frustrate you when you start doing your research. So whatever it is, you want to make sure you narrow it down, okay? All right, now let's talk a little bit about structuring your argument. So once you have your topic, you'll decide on your argumentation model. Now, if you want to do traditional, this is pretty straightforward. You present a clear stance, back it up with evidence, and refute opposing views. If you want to do the Tolman model, so this model will break down your argument into claims, evidence, warrants, backing, and rebuttals. It's great if you want to get analytical and detailed. And the last one is the Rogerian model. Now, this model is perfect for more nuanced or emotional topics. So you'll acknowledge the opposing views and work toward a middle ground or compromise. All right, so what should you include in your essay? So you'll include an introduction, which is right here, which will hook your reader, give background information, state your thesis, and explain why you chose your model. Next, you'll have your body paragraphs, and the body paragraphs will develop your points clearly with evidence and thoughtful analysis. Make sure you follow your model's style. So your body paragraphs are really going to depend on which model you choose. So once you start writing your body paragraphs, if it's traditional, Tolman, or Rogerian, it's just going to vary, okay? Next, you'll address your counter argument. So no matter what approach you do, you have to acknowledge and address at least one opposing view, okay? And lastly, your conclusion, pretty standard. You'll wrap it all up, highlight why your argument matters, and reflect on the model that you used, okay? All right, now let's get to talking about our sources. So since it is a research paper, you do need to include 3 credible sources to support your argument. 2 of those sources must come from our school's library database. You can use scholarly articles, books, reputable websites are always encouraged. You want to avoid unreliable or non-academic sources. And if you're not sure about a source, if you are looking outside of the school's library database, once you have your 2 sources, make sure you double check that source on Media Bias Fact Check. And this will ensure that the source that you are using is not biased in any way and is reliable. And of course, integrate your quotes and paraphrase information smoothly using MLA style citations, okay? So you want to make sure that you do include some direct quotes from the sources that you're using to back up your argument, okay? All right, so let's talk about some quick formatting requirements. You want to make sure that it is 1,500 to 1,700 words, should be font size 12, Times New Roman, double space, margin should be 1 inch all around. The MLA style includes in-text citations and a properly formatted works cited. And just a quick final note, this is our very last essay. So it's really, really important that we remember to not use AI tools like ChatGPT or even Grammarly. We've had a lot of issues with plagiarism using AI. So for this assignment, since it is our last essay, if there is any sort of AI in your essay, the assignment cannot be resubmitted again because it's our last essay, and it'll result in an automatic 0 for the assignment. No exceptions, okay? You've got the skills. You guys have been working on this all semester, and we've been looking at these different models and we've been talking about them. So you want to make sure that you write exactly what you want to write without necessarily relying too much on the AI, okay? I trust that you guys have gained a lot of these writing skills in English 100 and also in this class. And that's why it's important for you to pick a topic that you're passionate about and that you actually like. That way it comes easy when it comes to writing. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. Make sure you stay up to date with the important due dates, mark them in your calendars, put them in your Google calendar, in your notepad, anything. Just make sure you remember these due dates because these are super, super important for this last essay. Otherwise, make sure you take advantage of those office hours. Make sure you use the Cypress Writing Center, and anything else that you guys have questions on, please feel free to inbox me or send me a message on Pronto. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.